Greetings, fellow captains. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, episode 48, Ziggurat. Should I make another Paragon? Yes or no? So if no, I would consider some other type of ship. So far, you guys had voted that I make high-tech ships, but I would consider like low-tech ships too, or mid-tech. I'm also going to take this mission. It's for a research station. I want to get out there. Streamer priority override, you can call it. That's a lot of money. All right, name of the new ship is gonna be the Highland Timber. I'm sure you have another ship named after you, but whatever. Dupes. Fine by me. All right, I need to find a tack lance place, so I'm gonna go to Arcona before I run out of supplies. And see if there's ships to be able to buy at Arcona, because maybe I'll just buy my next ship for my fleet. Yeah, it's getting real chunky. Okay, I'm gonna save and reboot real quick too. It's running an older code framework. There's a way. So for those that are wondering, there's a way to change the version of like of Java that Starsector runs, which is a bit experimental, but it doesn't run into this like garbage collection, memory leak, slow load issue. The thing is, I don't care so much because like the game loads up so fast on its own, right? Like that was what, 10 seconds, if that. It's not worth running an experimental version, in my opinion. Timber's fine? Okay. The other thing I could do, which I heard as an argument, maybe I'll poll you guys, and it looks like Team Paragon is eking out a win, should I change from 4 lances to 2 lances and 2 high lasers? This would be for all 3 designs I have. So the high intensity lasers, it will, oh, hello. I guess I'll fight this. The high intensity lasers, oh man, my weapon groups are way stupidly wrong. Fighting this fight's gonna be real annoying. I'm just gonna like auto fire all of my weapons. All 4 tack lances are on 3, 4, 5, 6. Cause good job me. This is the new ship, and I didn't set up weapon groups. But so yeah, I mean I can, if you wanna not vote yet, I can show you the stats about the weapons. But if I'm not mistaken, the TLDR is that the high-intensity lasers are better against armor. So once I have their shields down, the high-intensity lasers would destroy their armor faster. So it depends on whether you think I need to pop shields faster or pop armor faster. I hope that Legion's doing alright. I had it in my fleet just because of its like constant demods that I wanted to remove, but not escorting it personally. I'm a little worried that it's just gonna get more new demods from me not protecting it. It's doing fine. Now. Those red missiles were finishers, yeah. Those were like either hammers or Cyclone Reapers. I didn't catch what it was, but they were trying to finish me off. It was a last-ditch effort to like do damage to me right before it blew up, in other words. The Legion launched some Cyclone Reaps, and those connected pretty good. Alright, so let's see about outfitting. So if you wanted to wait to vote. So the high-intensity lasers do 200 damage. So it does it has a range of 1,000, which is the same as the tac lances, right? Range 1,000, range 1,000. It does 500 damage a second. The tac lances do about 345 damage per second. The tac lance is really dangerous because of the super all of a sudden burst damage that it does, right? Because it does 2,200 damage per shot, and I have 4 of them, so that's a lot of damage all at once, which is what overloads shields. The high intensity laser, however, does more damage per second at 0.8 flux per damage, whereas the tac lance does 460 flux per second, but for so essentially the high intensity laser would be better once their shields are down to whittle away their armor, because it does double the damage to armor, but it does not as much damage to shields. So that is, so I'm gonna put this poll back up, so now that you understand. But that would be the difference. So it would be stronger against armor, worse against shields, and worse burst damage would be the TLDR. Either way, I think it would not be unwise for me to. I think I have the capacity to make the high intensity lasers. Yeah, I can manufacture them, but I can't manufacture tac lasers. So while I'm here, I'm going to stockpile on tac lasers or tac lances, which there were 3 here. I needed 4, so I'm some of the way there. And before I get in another fight, weapon groups, please. That was really funny. Like, getting to that fight, and I was like, oh god, my weapon groups are all wrong. Can't use this thing at all. No tac lances for sale here. Let's try Tupliak before those remnants come and gank me. How much what are my stocks withdrawn from? This can't all be profit. Here's the end of the month. What do I owe? Okay, I owed 778. So I'm still sitting on a real pretty penny of money. I mean, that's more money than I thought I would have at the end of that after I paid for all the stocks. Where's Tupliak? Oh, there it is. Why does it keep setting the automated weapons to the first weapon groups? I don't know. It just does what it wants to do. Game do things. I don't understand why game do things. I too stupid. No tac lances. Not even in the black market. That's going to be a bottleneck if you want me to keep making paragons. Just to just worth mentioning. But if you want me to make another Paragon, that's cool. I could make a Paragon with like high intensity laser Paragon. That's totally legit. So you did say that I should make another Paragon, and they don't all have to be the same, right? The next Paragon could be a Plascanna one or something, or high intensity laser one. But let's confirm it. So we get another one rolling out, and I'm going to keep shopping around for another TAC Lance. I just don't know where I would buy it. I mean, Arcona is the obvious choice because the Tri-Tac military homeworld. It was the end of the month. Maybe they have been restocked. I'll check. I could also try to order one special, so I'll go in and see if I can't order one. Why not make a different build? I would consider it. The problem if I'm making a different build, all of the other weapons on this ship would have to change too. So if I do a plasma cannon, there's not as much of a point to have advanced optics because my main weapon would no longer be a beam weapon. Whereas if I did a high intensity laser, I could keep advanced optics because, you know, the it's still a beam, it's still a laser. Check debris in hyperspace. I could get lucky. I mean, you're right. There's a giant fight going on here. Of oh really? Fine, whatever. You want to fight? We'll fight. Of the remnants versus Tri-Tac. So if the remnants have been blowing up, big, large mount point Tri-Tac ships, I could end up getting TAC Lances from them. Legion, this time you follow me. I don't want you wandering off and getting blown up. Yeah, maybe my next one I'll do like a true disco ball with high intensity lasers. That's still pretty strong, because if I'm the shield buster, like a high intensity laser Paragon would, once I bust the shields, would melt the rest of it fairly effectively. Oh boy. That Legion's like, hello, I need more help than you're offering. I'm coming, dude. I couldn't protect it from those torpedoes, though. God damn it. As soon as I focus on one, the other one becomes a problem. Quite ahead. God, now I'm getting ganked. Yo, Legion, I need you to shoot something. There. That's why I like tank lances, though. I mean, that's why I've been addicted to them, is the burst damage is too much for ships to handle often. In the same way that, that Cyclone Reaper launchers and Hammer Barrage torpedoes work. Right? It's like way more damage than what would be expected. Oh yeah, the Legion got destroyed. Than what would be expected, so it blows through their shields, annihilating them before they have a chance to disengage and drop their flux. And it's a... And the same is... That's pretty much the Legion, the Doom's strategy as well. You drop a bunch of antimatter mines, and you just rip through them before they can react. Well, didn't get a demod. I just am gonna be... Ooh, that's nice. I'm just gonna be in the whole supplies. just buy open market supplies. It's fine. Ugh. I'm actually going to use a story point to disengage, because going up against a Radiant and all of that with my ships like down and out would not. Oh god, it's just okay. Let's get out of here. I just story pointed twice. Let's just bail. This system sucks. Bye. You're scary. All right, I'm going to try one more place to shop for the tack lances. What I can do is end up with my other ships being hybrid designs rather than just the tack lance alone, and that way it makes a lot of really a lot affordable. Yeah, if I had my full fleet, like, it'd be a different matter, but my flagship was basically solo in those fights. And big ol' no thanks. No tack lances here. Yeah, my best bet trying to get tack lances is really only the their homeworld. Great, the ship that just blew up just got scanned for damage. Sindrian's dead again. It's gone. It's no longer a faction. Do I plan on using the remnant weapons? I've answered that twice. The answer is no. Because they are not available for the AI to use, I won't be using them. If you need a role-playing reason, you can think of it as using them would risk my enemies R&D'ing them or something, which would be atrocious. So it's like, don't invent the nuke so that no one can use the nuke. If you need a justification as to why I'm not using them. If you don't need a justification why I'm not using them, the mega strong and not so fair. All right, so let's go ahead and hook up the other Paragon. And what I'll do is I'll do a hybrid build like I was going to do with mine. So I'll do forward-facing tack lances and then side lasers. So if you want to see the difference between these two, I'll show you. So it gets a little bit more ordnance points, and then here is it running in simulation. So I'll do a side-by-side so you can see. So those are the high-intensity lasers that just kicked on. So once the shields are broken, there will be a lot more armor pressure. But I ran out of flux here. So that was a fight with the high-intensity lasers, and this is a fight with just tack lances. So you can see, like, side by side, why I prefer one over the other. Slightly different outcome there. The other one, I hit max flux, had to drop my shields, and took armor damage. This one, I just, like, sliced through it like a hot knife and butter. Okay, so this Paragon is completely built. And then we're waiting for the last Paragon, and the last Paragon will just be a quad laser Paragon. So let's order one more high-intensity laser to pair with it. And then make sure that we have the other weapons as well. So, do I have... I have grav beams. Regular tac lasers. I need some tactical lasers. They don't cost too much, so I'll just order a whole bunch. I'll order like 20. If you sell the weapons, could the other factions use them? No, they would need blueprints, and blueprints don't exist. So it's all role-playing why I'm not using them, in other words. Okay, the other things. Let's see. I have the grav. Do I need phase lances? I need 2 phase lances at least. Do I have spare phase lances? Yes. Okay, so I think I have everything for the other paragons then. So that will be coming in at the end of the month. Which actually should be in like 4 days in game. I think what I'm gonna do is destroy one more treasure target. And this is while I wait for the last paragon to come through. So this time around, I am... Oops, I didn't mean to bring you out of dry dock. I am using my high-tech fleet rather than my legions. Just because you guys voted for a high-tech fleet, so I'm fulfilling your wishes, essentially. Is there anything else I can bring out? Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to bring the scav ships. So these are high-tech ships. Technically, the Sunders are high-tech ships too. Bring the omens and the monitors. And then the salvage. Okay, cool. Got a big old fleet here. Got plenty of crew. A little bit more supplies and fuel. Sunders are midliners? Oh, you know, you're right. They are. I think of them as high-tech, but they're midliners, aren't they? I mean, technically speaking, you know, why do I even have the Colossi? You know, there's other midliners, and in the original vote, it wasn't actually only to use midliners or high-tech only anyway. It was a mixed vote. It wasn't a complete landslide. So it's not really a rule. It's just sort of a guiding idea, if you will. Did I even bring the Sunders anyway? No, I didn't. I left them behind. One thing I haven't checked on with the pretty penny purse I have is I haven't really messed with the new colonies. So Petters has dropped to stability 4. So I'm going to do ground defenses there. And Steel Boot, I'm going to also do ground defenses. Ground defense is just an easy, like, add a little bit of stability, make it a little bit harder to be invaded. Good bang for your buck. So, most of you veterans knows what this is. Let's save first and go and do it. A lifeless venture drifts before your fleet. Broken body sectioned in to your bridge displays by a variety of sensors. Your tactical offers bring to your attention an unusual distribution of burned patches, as if the ship was struck by exotic energy weapons. The initial salvage team sweeps finds the quarter of someone that must have been a VIP, judging by the large cache of credits found in a shielded case. The holds of the Venture are packed with supplies and fuel, much of it recoverable. Many essential systems are undamaged by the salvage team chief's report that the ship could have been restored to base functionality. Do I want it? Do I want the Matsu? No. I'm going to say no in this case. There's a quest reason why to take it, but I'm choosing not to. I'm just going to leave it there. Alright. And then there's this really weird, unidentified vessel floating around. Capital class construct appears to be a phase ship due to the presenting features common to the type, though its design is otherwise exotic. There also appears to be small, bright EM sources, only partially overlapping the visual spectrum, your sensor officer's reports. They periodically appear and then dissipate into a volume of encompassing the mysterious ship. So, let's move to engage. I'm going to field more of the... There we go. Are pilots on my ships? Yes. Here's a Ziggurat. Oh, there goes a monitor. That was quick. Hey, monitors, use your fortress shields more often, huh? And my weapons have been knocked out from its weapons. Yo, can you not park there? Like, for real? Why are you parking in front of me? You parked there to blow up. Darwin called. He has a reward for you. Stupid Aurora. Stupid Aurora. I hate when they do that. They're like, oh, I'm coming in! And then they just, like, park there. I mean, I could have ordered them to do stuff that wasn't dumb, but once they're, like, sitting in front of a target like that, it's a little too late to intervene. Oh, the other Paragon just, like, let it rip. There we go. Preliminary reports indicate that approximately 250 crew and no Marines... Okay, yeah. That's not what I wanted to read. So my ships are going to be recovered. One monitor took a demod. It's not a big deal. A final terrific explosion blanks the external visual pickups. A few seconds later, backups are extruded through the hull. Your sensor officer reports that in a hushed voice that no escape pods were detected leaving the ship at any point. Your fleet approaches a derelict ship. The broken phase vessel, now quite dormant, is drifting through space. Your salvage team docks shuttles at various entry points along the vessel's massive hull. After a few tense minutes, reports start to come in. The vessel is heavily damaged, and though of exotic design, it is theoretically recoverable. Your operations chief reports that for all of the fancy hull features, it is clear that the ship requires crew to operate. But there are no traces of a crew, not even a single body caught in the battle damage, and the escape pods are all in their berths. The operation proceeds with telemetry feeds, salvers reports, and authorization orders following you around you through the bridge of your flagship. You catch yourself listening for that unheard music in a quiet moment and shake your head just as the comms request from your chief engineer appears, bringing you back from your reverie. You accept as a matter of course. So the long and short of it is we now have the Ziggurat, a custom phase vessel. And we got, so here it is in all of its glory. It costs a staggering amount of supplies a month compared to the others. And it comes with the system of Mote Attractor. Energy motes deal heavy EMP damage to ships and obliterate fighters and missiles. And then here how it's built. So it has 2 large energy hardpoints, a bunch of synergy turrets, and universal turrets. So other than the large energy hardpoints, you can really put on whatever you want on it. It is a delicate machinery, meaning the increased combat readiness decay goes quicker. So just like all phase ships, it has an experimental phase coils, so reduces phase cooldown by 80%, and phase field. So it has a phase field reducing effective sensor profiles and all of that jazz. And it's heavily demodded, but you know, that can be fixed. Here is the alpha site. So sending a salvage team down. And the reason I blitz past the story is I didn't, you know, I'm not doing the like proper order of operations to do this. This was just a treasure run waiting for the Paragon to be manufactured, which it just was. Now it's not so damaged. Stop. Yoda keeps chewing on himself. And then I came all the way up here, as if I didn't know this was here. A heavily shielded cargo container. You don't say. Wow, if you're gonna fire dumbfire stuff at me, you gotta at least have it connect. So that was tragic. I hate when lumens do this. Alright, you want me to zero flux center up on you? Fine. Works for me. Okay, I got 2 cryoblasters, 2 mini pulsars, a rift lance, and a shock repeater. So some more of those specialty exotic weapons, like I was saying from before, that I got off of the 2 taps, or the 2 hyper shunts from the Dorito fleet, the Tesseract fleets. I shouldn't call them Doritos. That would be slang. The Tesseract fleets. If you're wondering, I'm not planning on using any exotics in this series, just like I won't be using the exotic weapons. This time around, I'll just take the Venture. It's fine. Null point exception. Oh, well, maybe I should have left it, because apparently it threw some bugs. That's funny. Alright, let's get on home and outfit the Paragon so that I can I can see that that last goal was completed. It's really weird that this system has like 3 stability points full of stuff, but there's no planets. So Sindri and Dictat or Luddic Church, or they built stuff here for some reason. I don't know. I don't really get it. Okay. Let's get this stuff home. Ooh, nice. Some profitability. The ground defenses... Oh, stability keeps going down. Freeport. Is almost built, and then we'll just keep continually work on stability there. Alright, dropping stuff off. Oof. All of that done. And the last thing I wanted to do is... And I'll do it. This won't be a full raffle timer, but raffle timer for the last Paragon, because I'm inevitably going to use it. I did manufacture it. So, let's outfit this last Paragon. And so, Timber is going to have 4 tack lances. This one's 2 tack lances, 2 lasers, and then the last one is going to be 4 lasers. So there's a gradient of weapons, if you will. And then for the build-ins here, we'll go with drive field. And maybe trying to think of maybe this one I will build in the lasers. I'll build in gyros. So the built-in of gyros increases the damage to missiles and fighters by 25%, increases the damage to smaller ships by 5% per class size difference. So the advantage there is I have like these lasers that track quicker because the regular gyros increases the turn rate. So these lasers track quicker and hit small things much harder. Basically, this thing is a fly swatter. Or at least that's the design. To be my capital fly swatter. So TU unnamed. And I think that design is done. You know, it's weird. Definitely weird. But I like it. Was Swanky Possum ever named? Yeah. But were you? I don't know if you were a captain ever named after anyone. No, can't recall. All right. So, like I said, it was going to be a really quick raffle, and this is the Dastardly Dave. So, Dastardly Dave, you're an administrator and a ship. Congrats. And if you want to see what that looks like in a simulation, it's probably going to be best simulated against someone with fighters. So maybe I'll roll an Astral out. And wow, there's really not a lot of carriers in this, and a bunch of Condors. Oh god, my weapon groups. I keep doing that. Okay, whatever. This isn't like a very valid way to see the capabilities of the ship because of like what I did to the weapon groups just now, but at least I'll try to show you. Three, four, five, six. Yeah, I'm just getting smoked from this swarm of stuff here. This is a really bad example. It's honestly a support paragon, so it's really hard to show you what it would be anyway. Let me fix the weapon groups before I do anything else. But it should be pretty effective in actual combat. You know, in group combat. Cool. Well, friends, I think that about wraps up all the time, at least all the time I had for this stream, leaving us in a situation where we have cleared both the Asphodel and the Ming Daddy hypershunts. We had colonized 2 new planets, Petters and Steel Boot. Granted, we haven't had a lot of money to invest in their development because we instead made 2 new Paragons, ramping up our fleet strength hypothetically so that we can defend our allies and go to war with our enemies. Because Sindri and Dictat got wiped, they got eliminated, and it's really only a matter of time until the Ludic Church or the Hegemony decides to mess with me. And then we also started the path of working with the remnants, you know, freeing their 2 captive AI cores and doing a little bit of that. And that's where I am going to leave off. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, which originally streamed live on Twitch, August 20th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode for an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow captains.